So now we will see the program for simple linear regression. Actually, in the Excel sheet in the morning session, I have explained how the simple linear regression is implemented in the sklearn. It is going to use the concept called least square method to find the MNC values. So we are going to see the implementation. Finally, we will compare whether we are getting the same value in our program also. So now let us continue. So in this, I'm going to use a data set called houseprice.csv. So since I'm going to use simple linear regression, it means that I'm going to have only one independent variable and one dependent variable. So let me first import all the necessary packages. First, I'm importing pandas, then matplotlib.pyplot because I'm going to plot a graph. After that, if you want to use simple linear regression from sklearn, you have to use linear_model. This is for simple linear regression. So import that package also. And whenever you plot anything, the graph, if you want to have the graph in your same IPython notebook, you have to use %matplotlib inline. Otherwise, it will be printed in a separate sheet, but we want to list it in the same IPython notebook. So you can use this line. Now let me execute this. Then I'm going to import my data set. My data set is houseprice.csv. It contains two information. One is the square feet of my house. That is the area of the house in square feet, and then the price of the house. So I'm going to read the CSV file with the help of pandas data frame, and I'm going to store it in the data frame called df. Let me print the data frame now. You can see totally I have only 7 records. This is for simplicity I have created. This is nothing but whatever we have seen in the morning example, the same values I have created as a CSV file. So it contains 2 columns, area and price. And area is a independent variable and price is a dependent variable which we want to predict. So now let me print the shape of this data frame. So I'm printing the shape, which is going to tell me how many rows and how many columns are there. Totally, I have 7 rows and then 2 columns. And also, you can find basic information about your data frame by means of df.info. It is going to tell you for every column how many records are there. It contains any null value or not. Those things will be displayed in addition to the data type. So here, both the columns have only integer data, and I am displaying the basic information with help of info method by calling with the data frame df. After that, if you want to find out what is the mean value, median value, what is the 25 percentile, 75 percentile, and so on, you can describe about the data frame. For that, you can call the function df.describe. It is going to tell you for all the numeric attributes. It will not tell for the string attributes. If your attribute is numeric, then only you can get the information about the description. So it is going to tell you how many rows are there, then what is the mean value, what is the standard deviation, what is the minimum value for every column, 25%, 75%, 50%, and then maximum value. Okay, so all these information will be displayed. Now, I want to find out any null values are there. Use this function df.isNull.sum. When you use that, for every column, it will tell you how many null values are present in that particular column. So in this, for area and price, I don't have any null values, so I'm getting 0 for both. After that, I want to simply plot the graph to understand the relationship between the input and the output variable. For that, I'm going to use the matplotlib pyplot function. For that, I have already created an alias, that is PLT. With the help of that, I'm going to use it now. So I'm going to display this graph. It's nothing but the scatter plot. I'm plotting a scatter plot. So for the scatter plot, you have to pass 2 arguments. One is what you want to print it in the x-axis and what you want in the y-axis. And if you want any color for controlling the way how the graph looks, you can do it here. So first for the graph, I'm going to fix the title as house price versus area, so that you can give in plt.title. Then whatever x label and y label you want here x label I want as area, and for the y-axis, the label is price. So that you can give in plt.x label and then plt.y label. This is going to only make all the labels and the title for your graph. Now I want to print the graph. For that, I can use plt.scatter because it is a scatter plot. Give the first argument, which is nothing but the x variable. So here, x-axis is going to have area. Area is available in the data frame df. So you can call now df.area. And in y-axis, I want to print price. So it is df.price. Now, marker I am going to display as asterisk. So you can set any marker for that. Now I have displayed as asterisk, and then the color of the marker is set as blue. So once you do that, you can run this. You will be getting this scatter plot. It is going to tell what is the relationship between area and price. Now from this graph, you can see that there is a linear relationship between area and price. So once you identify that there is a linear relationship, now you can make use of the linear regression model. And since we have only one independent variable, we are going to make use of simple linear regression. Okay, so now for your model, you have to define what is your feature and then what is your target class. So always we are going to keep all the features as X, which is nothing but our input. And the normal way of representing the output is by means of Y, we will represent the target class. That is nothing but the variable what we want to predict. So I'm going to define those two. So now, if you have many columns in your data set, simple method to extract all the columns other than the last column is you can specify the drop function. By means of drop function, you can specify from the data frame what all the columns you want to drop and what all the columns you want to retain for your X. So my data frame contains now only two columns. One is, if you see this, data frame contains only two columns, area and price. Now from the data frame, I want to drop the price because that is the output variable. I need to keep all the remaining in my X. So for that, I'm going to use X is equal to df.drop. Price I want to drop because it is the output column. And when you give axis is equal to column, it will retain all the rows in that. Now display your X. So now I am getting this. Now what is our Y? We have extracted now the features. Next you have to extract your output predicted variable. That one I am going to store it in Y. So Y is equal to df.price. Then display the price. I am getting the price of all the 7 rows I have in this. And now you have extracted and you have separated your data frame into input and then output. Now you are going to develop the model. So for developing the model, you are going to use linear regression function. So this is defined in linear model. So because here you can see from sklearn, I have already imported linear model. In that only the linear regression is defined. So you have to call that with the help of that linear model only. So I am writing now linear model.linear regression. So this will create an object for my model. I'm storing it in a variable called model. So after that, your model is ready. You have to fit your model. Fitting is nothing but we are going to train our model so that the model is going to learn the parameters, which are nothing but M and C. So for that, you are going to call model.fit. For this, you have to pass your training set. Now my training set is nothing but it contains all the records what I have. So I have to pass the input first. Input is X and the output is second Y. So pass that and then generate the model. So now your model is generated. So training is over. So what is the next step? You have to test whether your model is predicting correctly or not. So for that, we are going to call the predict function in the model. So I'm calling model.predict. So whatever value you want to predict, that you can pass now. So input you have to pass. How many columns are there in the input? If you see, our input contains only one feature. That is nothing but the square feet of the house. So now I am going to give, I want to predict for the square feet 2200. So I am giving the value as 2200 and I am predicting it. And remember, for predict function, you have to give only 2D array as the input. Okay, even though you are predicting the price for only one value, you have to give it as a 2D array. So for that only, I am passing this inside 2 square brackets. If you pass with single square bracket, you will get an error because that function is going to expect the argument in terms of 2D array. So specify inside 2 square bracket and then you can predict the value. Whatever value it is predicting, that I am storing it in a variable called a price underscore predict. Then I am printing it. This is the output I am getting. Now, the model has learned 2 parameters. One is the coefficient, then the second one is the intercept. Coefficient is when you take y is equal to mx plus c, m is the coefficient and c is the intercept. Now we want to print those values. Always whatever model you have created, you can make use of that model to get the values. So here we have used the name for the model as model. So model dot coef underscore. You should not change this one. This is a built-in variable. You have to access similar to that only. So model dot coef underscore. If you give that, it will print the coefficient that is nothing but m value. So print it now. So this m value you can check. This is the same thing we have estimated in the morning. I'll show you now. So you can see here m value is printed as 1900.83. Now let me show you the Excel sheet. Here also we have predicted the M value as 1900.84. So now we are getting the same answer. So that we want to print the intercept also with model dot intercept underscore. If you do that, it will print the y-intercept, that is nothing but the C value. Here it is around 26,72,000. So let me check the value here. Here also it is 26,72,000. So now we have got the values of MNC. And we have predicted the value of the house price for the square feet 2,200. Now let us apply the same thing in this formula and check whether it is same as this particular value. So how to calculate any predicted value? That is nothing but y is equal to mx plus c. So here, this is m value, that is the coefficient, and x is nothing but the new value what you want to predict for. So it is 2,200 and c is the intercept. So y is equal to mx plus c. Apply this formula and print the answer now. So if you see here, the model is predicting 2,200 and this is how it is actually doing internally. Whatever values it has learned for this coefficient and intercept, it will apply this formula to calculate the value, and this is a predicted value of the house price.